Hey y'all, this is Cindy. I'm the Tireless Tangler, and you've arrived, can you believe it, at day 40 of the 100 Days of Zentangle 2020. Thank you so much for being with me today. Our tangle is going to be Cake by Rose Brown, and it is a pretty one, a pretty filled pattern. It clearly looks like cakes, but also it reminds me of those, what do they call the banners? Oh, I don't remember what they're called, like at political things where they, anyway, I don't know. Somebody will tell me in comments, I know. So let's get started on this little baby and see how it goes. It's very, very pretty. It's easy to draw. Okay, I'm going to attempt to use a string today. I don't want to promise anything, but we're going to see. Take some time while you're setting your tile up to take some deep breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Relax your shoulders. Take time to get your body and your mind ready for some tangling today. All right? So I'm going to try a string. I don't know how effective this will be. We're going to find out. I've definitely got the wiggles going on, so we're going to have a wiggly string, and that's okay. All right, cake. So pick a line in your string, any line at all, and we'll start there. Okay? So you want to start, let me see if I can get a good angle on this. You want to start by drawing some little C shapes, open C shapes. And the next one is going to start where the last one left off. Turning your tile as you need to keep a comfortable hand position. Remember, there are no mistakes in Zentangle. There are unexpected opportunities, but no mistakes. So do your best, and if it doesn't turn out just perfect, don't worry about it. All right? So now we're going to repeat this on top of this row, and we're going to start at the midpoint. I need to come from this direction because I can't see where my hand is going. Take things like that into consideration if you're having trouble with a stroke. You know, can you see where your pen ends up and begins? That's a biggie. It's a biggie. And if you can't, just feel it. There we go. And when we hit the string, I'm just going to leave it. Okay? Put one more over here. Just like that. Sort of like shingles on a roof. Yeah? Well, at least European roofs. All right. Now, we are going to echo these lines, all right, in this way. You're going to start where you started with this shape, and you're going to echo that line just a little bit lower down, taking off and landing from that same line. And then landing back where you were. Just a nice little sliver at the top, sort of a crescent moon. That is an almost waxed moon or something. No, waning. Don't ask me moon phases. We'll get into something I don't understand, and nobody wants that. All right. Take your time. Take deep breaths and make sure your shoulders are relaxed as you make each stroke. Remember, this is not a race. You're not trying to reach the finish line before someone else. Remember, slow and steady wins the race, right? All right. Let's have a hint going that way. And let's put one on this last one over here. Okay. Now, leave your first row blank, but on your second row, you're going to want to put in some little bumps, some little sort of the ends of flower petal bumps kind of thing, like this. Yeah? Then you're going to extend these lines down to the center, like this. Yeah? And continue. Make your little bumpy lines. Connect them in with the center. And if they curl off to one side, don't sweat it. It's absolutely fine. The more consistent you are with your bumpy shapes, the more of a consistent look your drawing will have. Unlike these. Okay. And we're just going to pretend some is there. And then continue these down. Okay. In each one of these, just draw in some little bumps at the top. And then extend those lines down to the center point. I did play drawing this a different way, but I think you get better result if you stick with the way the step out is. That's just my thought and my opinion, and if you find a better way, then you go for it. All right, almost there. So the last step is to just put a simple line. Let's see if I can put this where you can see. Just to put a simple line on each side, and this is very, very difficult for me, I'll tell you now. Sort of little hatch line that comes up on each side of this little echo line. In the step out, there is one line that goes like this. And I have trouble getting it to go in the right place, is my problem. If my hand is at the right angle, sometimes I can do it. Sometimes I just can't get it to go in the right place. And I wondered about blacking these. For now, I'm going to keep wondering. So these are tough for me. There's a very small space. And I have to have my stroke right in the middle of it. And that frequently does not happen for me. So I really recommend take your time with this. It's very pretty, but it can look pretty messy if you're in a hurry. Of course, if that's the way the look you're going for, that's all right. Okay. So for better or worse, this is the basic cake tangle. And you can see that in these spots, there's a reason I tried to draw this a different way. It's because I can't get my lines to match up the way that I'd like. But that said, it's okay. Now, I'll tell you, I did another tile on this earlier, actually started two, and really struggled with putting this in a string. And so I learned a few things from that experience. So we're going to try to pick a different section and do this in a slightly different way and try not to make a big mess. Time will tell. So what I'm going to do for interest is mirror each of these along this string line. I have not tried this. I do not know how it's going to turn out. But without a doubt, it'll be interesting. That looks okay. All right. Boy, he's got that loud in there. Ooh, that might work. Let's find out. So adding the little echo line first for each section. Okay. Not sure that helped me, but remember to take your time and breathe. If you in your home have a lot of extracurricular noise, the way that I do, try to focus on each stroke of the pen and just tune all of that extra TV and stuff out. I know that's difficult. I have a problem with it myself, but we're going to try today since I don't have any choice. And apparently y'all don't either. Sorry about that. It's hard for me to tell a kid that's been gone a week that he has to be quiet. It's tough on me. Take your time, Cindy. Take your time. Be deliberate with your strokes. Breathe. Try to keep your little bumps consistent so that you'll have a similar look in each of your sections. And if you want to do it differently, you are certainly welcome to do that. As I said, I tried drawing these a little bit differently so I would avoid all the stray pen marks. And I tried it like this. And then drawing these little echo lines across like that, which works, but it gives me a different look than in the pattern. And so I'm going to try to stick with the way she's got it. It does give you a more even look, but I really do struggle meeting those lines up. Aha, got that one. So take your time and breathe. Focus on each stroke of the pen. Just consistent little bumps. Maybe you fit 3 in there, maybe you fit 4. It just depends on the space. Just try to keep them about the same size. And I think over here, I'm just going to do it like that. And let's see. So see, that one had 4, these had 3. It doesn't matter. They can have as many or as few as you need them to have. I am simply focusing on fitting these little bumpy things in there fairly evenly. All right. So now we've got it turned around the other way, and I've got one more step to do, which is the one that I really struggle with. So let's see how we do here. Not very well. And you can put more than one if you like. Yes, there's definitely a learning curve with these. And I just want you guys to know, I could pick all tangles that were simple for me. But I would not be learning anything. I would not be challenging myself. So I prefer to be challenged in this. Nice, huh? I like that. So let's look and see what we want to do here. I think what I'll do is go large, hopefully. And then that. And this over here. All right, now let's put our auras in, or our little echo lines in. Taking your time. Slow strokes of the pen. Taking time to breathe as you make your stroke. Baby, please don't mess with that with your feet. It makes noise. Almost. Okay, so now I'm going to skip my first row and once again put my little bumps in here. And moving on to the next one. We had room for an extra one there. That is absolutely fine. And let's do this. All right. Final touch. Okay, so I have a new section here, and I'm going to do something different with it, naturally. So what I want to do is fill these little interstices, these little spaces, with orbs. If one of you knows how to spell interstices, that would help me out tremendously. If you're going to do this, take your time. Make sure you got all your little stars filled in. I've got some cleanup here to do and a few other things. For shading, I think I'm going to continue this over. For shading, I think I'm going to put a little graphite at the base of these, as well as in these places where these lines come together in each one. And if you'd like to hang out with me for that, I will speed it up for you, and I'll see you on the other side.